It's getting very interesting, ladies and gentlemen. In the last 4 days, William Ruto has been touring the Luo Nation, where he has been getting a heroic warm welcome. A welcome signifying that maybe the Luo Nation might be warming up to Ruto and his government. And as William Ruto tours Nyanza, his Gen Z fiercest critic, Kebaso Morara, has also gone to Kisumu. Let's listen to Morara before we proceed.
Kitu ingine, the young people wa Kisumu wapate opportunity. Vijana wamesoma hawana kazi. Yeye anatuambia mambo ya affordable housing. Ni nani hapa ana afford hiyo housing ya Ruto? Kuna mtu hapa akona pesa ya kuafford house ya Ruto? Ruto anatuzia bedsitter 1.79 million. Nani hapa ako na 1.79 million? Kwa hivyo nyumba anatujengea ama anatuibia? Anatujengea tuishi ama tukufe? Amepiga vijana wetu risasi. Leo amekuja hapa Kisumu hajaongelea hiyo.
That's a fearless Gen Z Kebaso Morara. And we should all congratulate and support Morara for that kind of a courage. Morara is saying, vijana wamesema hawana kazi, yeye anatuambia mambo ya affordable housing. Ni nani hapa ana afford hiyo housing ya Ruto? Nani akona 1.79 million for a bedsitter? Yes. And then Morara goes on to say Ruto's government amepiga vijana wetu risasi. What Morara is saying is actually true. William Ruto has been giving fake promises. Promises that are hardly being fulfilled. And that's why, again, I've always maintained here that William Ruto will not change. But he might get away with it because of our bad politics. As much as Kenyans are heading towards the right direction, as shown by the Gen Zs, we are still not yet there. We still think along our ethnic tribes. And that's one reason why I personally believe William Ruto might get away with this mediocre leadership. But having said that, Morara is offering an alternative leadership. We know that the political class, William Ruto, Raila Odinga, Kalonzo Musyoka, Rigathi Gachagua, these major ethnic leaders, they are in one way or the other working together. Just as I did explain in my yesterday's analysis, Rigathi is disparate to work with Ruto, Kalonzo is disparate to work with Rigathi, and we are seeing Raila Odinga also embracing Ruto. So in one way or the other, the political class, they are just together. And they are taking the advantage of the political naivety of their people to actually advance their selfish interests. And again, that's why I've always maintained here that any person who hates Ruto but supporting Rigathi Gachagua, that person does not know what he or she is doing. Rigathi is coming out to me as a worse-off version than even Ruto. So if you hate Ruto, but you are supporting Rigathi Gachagua, then you are the problem. And for those hating Ruto and supporting Rigathi Gachagua, they most definitely voted for Ruto. And that's why we are in this terrible situation. So unless Kenyans change their mentality, unless Kenyans change on how they elect their leaders, we are still a very long way to go. Gen Zs are trying really to show us direction, but we are not just ready, not willing to go that route. If you look at Morara, Morara is offering that leadership. And that brings me to the big question. Will Kenyans support Morara or Kasmuel? Will they support Morara or Kasmuel? Because I'm seeing some Kenyans talking of betrayal, that some have betrayed the people. We have a Gen Z here in the name of Morara and Kasmuel. Will Kenyans support them? Will Kalonzo and his team support them? Will Rigathi upon maybe falling out with Ruto? Will they combine efforts to support Morara or Kasmuel? That's the big question, ladies and gentlemen. Failure to support Morara, I'm seeing a very high possibility where the opposition might split. We might find a Morara or a Kasmuel maybe contesting for the presidency, which I could easily encourage them to contest because they are going to offer that alternative leadership from the political class. And also, should Morara or even Kasmuel go for that seat, then it's very clear the opposition, in one way or the other, will split. And that again can offer William Ruto a lifeline, in that with a split opposition, William Ruto can have his way. So again, the opposition, Kalonzo Musyoka and his team, they must go back to the drawing board. If they are fed up with William Ruto's rule, they must go back to the drawing board. I want to explain why I believe the Luo Nation might eventually support William Samoei Ruto. Even though it's very painful, I want to explain why I believe the Luo Nation might eventually support Ruto. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give the video a like. Let's proceed. The first reason, the Luo Nation has been in the opposition for several years. And in all these years, they have paid dearly for being in the opposition. And as they've been paying dearly, other Kenyans have been branding them watu wa kuharibu biashara, watu wa kusumbua serikali, watu wa kurusha mawe. So the Luo Nation feels betrayed by other Kenyans. Anytime they take to the streets to protest or to demonstrate, other Kenyans are not supporting them. They are just looking at them and also mocking them for opposing the government. If you look at last year's demonstrations, the protests were largely in the Luo zones. Other parts of the country, they were just waiting to see, and some were bad-mouthing the Luo Nation. So because of that, the Luo Nation feels betrayed by these other Kenyan communities. They feel it's now their time to also be part of that government. That's why they may support Ruto. The second reason, the Luo Nation still listens to Raila Odinga. As long as Raila Odinga is working with Ruto or is embracing Ruto, the Luo Nation will embrace Ruto. That also confirms the Luo Nation still respects and listens to Raila Odinga. As long as Raila is working with Ruto, the Luo Nation will support Ruto's government. I think that's what's happening, ladies and gentlemen. Let me stop it there for now. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give the video a like. Any person watching us outside Kenya, drop a comment, let us know from which part of the globe you are watching us from. If possible, subscribe, give the video a like. Let's meet in our next analysis. Thank you.